It is Monday, and it is time for the Why So Serious show. Jesse Morrison, Mallory Schnell, special guest Jeremy Schnell of SWX. TV's own Jeremy Grant Schnell is joining us.
Thank you, Jesse. Yes, this weekend we have a host of big-time matchups here in the state of Montana. Double-A football begins on Friday. Tomorrow we have JV football between East Helena High and whoever the heck they're playing this week. It's going to be exciting.
Do you have to cover the JV game?
Yes, because it's East Helena's first season, and they don't have a varsity team yet. They only have a JV team.
Have fun with that. All right, well, I'm going to share the screen because everyone's favorite, that's got an asterisk next to it, tennis player Novak Djokovic, he got ejected from the U.S. Open, or he lost by default, and here's why.
You didn't even have it ready. What are you doing?
Such a bad host.
Why
So, Novak hits a little shot that it's coming up here.
And he pounces.
He hits a little shot back there.
He so did it on purpose.
I don't think it was on purpose, but still it was careless and reckless, just like his event that he hosted with a bunch of fans, and everybody got COVID, including him. But that's not the funny part. That's the scary part. He could have really seriously hurt someone. But we're getting to the part where it's funny.
Jesse, I just want to, where was he thinking that was going to go?
I don't know. He probably didn't think it was as hard as he hit it. I mean, he's a professional tennis player.
Jesse,
but this is the funny part.
Jesse, usually they just roll it to the judges or hit it very softly to them.
You're focusing on the wrong thing here. What you need to be focusing on is just how funny this little exchange is here, and how he just doesn't argue. He's just like, yep, I know what I did. All right, good job. Now let's walk out of here with all the shame in the world. That is the walk of shame. That is the definition of the walk of shame. Mallory, put it on the poll. Was Novak Djokovic walking out of the U.S. Open the definition of the walk of shame?
No, but yeah, sure. Whatever you want, Jesse.
It's just look at him just walking out of there, Just he must just be feeling so sorry for himself. Just look at that guy.
I don't think he cares because he's a millionaire.
I think he does. I think he's the most competitive guy in tennis, and so I think he cares. Do you not find this as funny?
Appeal to me at all.
Wait, what was the poll? Was he walking out of the U.S. Open?
Was Novak Djokovic?
Yeah.
I got that part.
Was Novak Djokovic walking out of the U.S. Open?
The definition of the walk of shame.
The definition of the walk of shame.
Walk of shame.
I don't know how to, do you spell that? Walk
of shame.
No, you don't. No dashes. Just walk of shame. We don't have to be perfectly grammatically correct.
There's a song by Meghan Trainor called "Walk of Shame," and it's one word.
Yeah, well, this is not Meghan Trainor.
Waka waka.
By the way, I have some takes on pop music coming up in my What Are We Doing?
Like a waka.
But keeping with the Olympic sport theme of what we're leading with, unfortunately, I don't know about you all, but I was a huge fan of Olympic beach volleyball.
I'm the biggest fan.
Carrie Walsh Jennings and Misty May Trainor were awesome. Matt Trainor's wife, Misty May Trainor. I'm sorry, nope. Misty May Trainor's husband is Matt Trainor.
Yep, there you go.
Former really average backup catcher, but we like him because he's
the Florida Marlins.
Yeah, Florida Marlins, played at Sun Life Stadium, Landshark Stadium, Pro
Player Park, Pro Player Stadium, Dolphins Stadium, Dolphins Stadium, Joe Robbie Stadium, Landshark Stadium.
Yeah, all those names. It was probably only 3 of them when he played there because his career wasn't exactly.
No, it was definitely 4 of them.
4 in 3 years.
If you played 1 year at that stadium, it was 4 different names, 100%.
Have they ever changed the name in between a Marlins season?
Yes.
In a Marlins season during the season?
Yes. It was Pro Player. No, it was Pro Player Stadium. Then it was Landshark, I think. In the middle of the Marlins,
I just laughed. Hashtag not an ad.
You know what my favorite thing would be is if they changed it in between a doubleheader. So the broadcaster was like, "Welcome into Landshark Stadium," and then the next one he was like, "Welcome into Sun Life Stadium." Do I have to leave after that? That was good.
I love how you know the order too. Like you know the order. You knew that Sun Life came after Landshark.
Yeah, I mean, my friend and I back home would laugh about that every time they changed the name.
Yeah.
But that was super random topic. But unfortunately, Kerry Walsh Jennings doesn't support wearing masks, and she didn't wear one to the grocery store the other day. And she made a big post about it on Instagram. And she said, "Let me see. Let's see what she said." She said something like, "This is going to be a long post, and it's going to upset some people. My intention is never to hurt or disrespect. Please know that I am working my way through these curious times that have." Me questioning everything. I'm wanting to lead and stand for my beliefs without, in all caps, upsetting people. But, per usual, when one takes a stand, this is unlikely. Okay, we're going to skip a lot. And then she said, "Here we go. I had a little exercise in being brave yesterday. I'm still a bit edgy about it. I went shopping without a mask on, and this is why. I read a quote the other day that shook me. This has not been enforced. It's been consented to." Then she said, "This statement woke me up, and the truth of it has had me obsessing on the matter of how I can mindfully and compassionately stand up for my rights and for the freedoms our Constitution has granted us without being reckless or putting anyone else in danger." I'm like, it's exactly what you did. You put people in danger. So, unfortunately, Kerry Walsh Jennings, I can't cheer for her anymore because she's an anti-masker.
She's still playing?
I think so. I think Misty May has retired, but Kerry Walsh still plays.
Misty May Trainer started a family. Profar down the right field line and into the corner. Rounding second, heading to third is some guy. Rounding third, heading for home. Here comes the throw to the plate. Safe. The San Diego Padres win it 1-0 in the bottom of the ninth inning.
Yeah. But do you have any thoughts on Misty May Trainer and how one of the Olympic heroes is an idiot?
Why can't they just read scientific evidence and like just take it? Like, why do people have to be conspiracy theorists? Why do they have to think why do they have to think that doctors and scientists aren't telling us the truth?
Well, there's a psychological thing about it. And I saw this, and I'm getting way too serious here, but like conspiracy theories help people justify the unknown, so therefore they go for them, even if they're ridiculous and can't happen and no chance. So that's what I heard, but way too serious, way too serious.
We have a meeting at home plate right now to see. Okay, no, he touched third. There was a meeting at home plate to see if the runner touched third.
Why so serious?
Thank you.
Jeremy, college football is back. Mallory, are you excited? See what I did there? I started it with Jeremy, and then I went to Mallory. See what I did there, Jeremy?
I think it should always be ladies first. You should have been Mallory. College football is back instead of Jeremy. Just my opinion.
But you're the more likely one to care about it being back, so I started with Jeremy.
Why would I care about it being back?
Because you're huge into all the sports that I'm into, right, Mallory?
Yeah, I love beach volleyball.
Yeah, beach volleyball. Huge. But Jeremy, let me tell you, were there some games this weekend? We started
so many blowouts. It was just blowout city all weekend.
We had Marshall let's start with the Saturday games. We had Marshall beating Eastern Kentucky 59-0. We had Army running the ball 49,000 times and beating Middle Tennessee 42-0. I believe they had the ball for 12 minutes in the first quarter. I think I saw that stat. North Texas 57, Houston Baptist 31. Didn't know that school existed.
You didn't know Houston Baptist?
No, not really. I mean, I might have heard of them before, but
final score in BYU Navy 55-3.
Yeah, and then today we had BYU. At least BYU. I mean, at least Navy got on the board.
Yeah, I saw one of our friends on Twitter decided to put some entertainment purposes only on that game, and he picked Navy. He said, "If I would have known that Navy was going to be throwing the ball now, I wouldn't have picked them."
Yeah, I don't know. How many times did Navy throw the ball?
4,
Yeah, that's a lot.
2 for 4, 16 yards. Wait, no, they threw it 8 times. They had 2 quarterbacks.
Oh, yeah, their first quarterback was like a wide receiver last year, and he's really bad.
There's a guy that on their team that had 2 carries for negative 10 yards.
Yeah, so not the best opening for college football. But, hey, you know what? I'll take all these blowouts because no positive tests so far that we know of. So
They're not going to tell us if
big
there are.
win.
They're not going to tell us if there are.
Yeah, they'll cancel games. So far, they haven't done
Probably
that.
not. Because it's
So
college
far-
football.
Let's see. Let's not be a conspiracy theorist, Jeremy. But Jeremy, did you see the performance of Marshall quarterback Grant Wells? He is headed to the Heisman. He literally is Jameis Winston. He came in there, had a
What happened? There's going to be so many undefeated teams this year. Do they go to the national championship game?
I don't know. They
go
should
to
expand the
National
playoffs.
Football playoff?
They should expand the playoffs, in my opinion. But Jeremy, this guy was 16 of 23, 69.
BYU looked really good, 55 points. Their quarterback, 13 for 18, 232 yards and 2 touchdowns. Zach Wilson.
Jeremy.
Okay, if I would have told you Zach Wilson played a football game today, tight end,
Yes.
that's right? Yeah, but he's a quarterback.
But Jeremy, 16 of 23, 69.6% completion percentage,
Nice.
307 yards. Your favorite stat, 13.3 per attempt.
That's my favorite.
4, even though it's a completely useless stat, and Troy Aikman said that on a Fox broadcast. So
Wait. So we're going off of the worst quarterback in the Hall of Fame.
Second worst quarterback in the Hall of Fame. Terry Bradshaw exists. They're both on Fox. Much better broadcasters.
They're both not great at broadcast.
You just think that you know football more than
Terry Bradshaw is much better than Troy Aikman at broadcasting.
I have no problem with Buck and Aikman.
It's no longer Buck and Aikman.
Yes, it is.
Or, I mean, it shouldn't be. They need to get someone younger in there.
Aikman's like not even that old. He's like 55. He's like my parents' age. No.
You just like your childhood way too much.
Jeremy.
Yeah.
But 307 yards, 4 touchdowns.
Why are we talking about this Marshall quarterback? He's going to be so bad.
So good.
When does he play a good team?
I don't know, but he is amazing, Jeremy. Let me tell you, redshirt freshman, he is 6'2", 210. He is headed for the NFL draft in a couple of years. Just watch.
They play on the 19th against Appalachian State. He's going to get crushed.
No way. Not happening.
I mean,
No.
And they have to play against Western Kentucky, so he's going to put up a monster game against Western Kentucky because that defense can't play. Like, that defense is so bad always. But, wow, he has to play against the FAU, no longer the Fighting Lane Kiffins.
Jeremy, this guy's ball is amazing. He throws the
First in Conference
world.
USA in passing yards.
Yeah, he's amazing. Let me tell you, he's amazing. So I'm here at, I'm rooting for my usual teams in each of their conferences. I got the Horned Frogs in the Big 12. I think that's how you do it. I got my Georgia Bulldogs. I got my Virginia Tech Hokies in the ACC. And for the Conference USA, I am all in on the Marshall Thundering Colin Cowherds. Imagine if they ran out to, it's the Herd.
Syracuse and UNC on Saturday at 10 a.m.
Wow, I am so in.
UNC's 18th in the country, apparently.
Jeremy, but we didn't even go over former Arizona State quarterback Brady White with his 2 years of eligibility left, even though he came in when you were a freshman to Arizona State.
He's my freshman class.
He's 24 years old. And yeah, so he played well. His Memphis Tigers won.
Yeah, not really. He averaged 7.6 yards per attempt.
I don't care. He played well. They won. Memphis, watch out for them in the AAC.
His running back had a Rodriguez Clark, 20 carries, 105 yards, and a touchdown, 5.3 yards per carry. That's the type of game I like to see.
But, Jeremy, watch out for Memphis in the Liberty Bowl. It was very socially distanced, which is how it is usually. This doesn't change anything.
Well, when they play UCF, they sell out.
Kind of. There's always that section at the top that's empty. But, Jeremy, are you excited? In a few weeks, he's not going to start the season, but McKenzie Milton is going to play this year. He has a chance at the Heisman Trophy.
How is McKenzie Milton going to win the Heisman if he doesn't play the first week?
Because if you see his numbers for the rest of the season, he's going to have the greatest 6-game stretch in college football history. Because
he needs to. If he wants to get drafted, he needs to.
He's going to be one of the top 250 picks in the NFL draft, Jeremy.
I heard as of right now on my big board, he is undrafted as of right now on my big board.
How's the big board coming along?
It's big. It's a big board.
Can I see it? Do you actually have a big board, or is it in the works?
In the works.
Oh, okay. All right, totally. Jeremy, it is time for
Mallory.
This is for me and you. Mallory can chime in with
I'll leave the room.
No. We need your takes, Mallory. We need your takes on this as she just leaves. Even though I asked for her takes, it's fine. I've got no control over my show, even though I have all the control. But Jeremy, our NFL picks, are you ready to go? Which division do you want to start with?
NFC North, Jesse.
NFC North. Am I pumped? Oh, should I play the background? I think it's time for NFL music. Hold on just a second. It's got to download. Ooh, it is downloading quick.
All right, hold on. I gotta pull it up for you, Jesse. Hold on. Give me screen sharing abilities. Jesse, give me screen sharing abilities.
Gonna give you screen sharing abilities? I'm just gonna read mine. But here you go. Screen sharing abilities are granted.
Jesse, look, it's us. You see us?
Yeah, back in the day when we could sit 6 feet, closer than 6 feet.
Here are my NFC North picks. Number 1 in the NFC North are the Green Bay Packers, the Fighting Manny Wilkins. Even though he was cut and now has a great music career, they're going to go 10-6 this year, 5-1 in the division. That's half of their wins. Loving it. Now the Vikings aren't going to make the playoffs this year, Jesse. I think they're going to go 9-7. They have a good team, but unfortunately the NFC is just too good, and we'll get to that a little later. Lions have a little nice little year, 7-9 in the middle of the pack year. But the Bears, the Fighting Mitchell Trubisky's, unfortunately, go 3-13. Jesse, it is now your turn to go over the NFC North.
So I'm just going to show it here, or not. You can't tell. But I got the Packers at 13-3, winning division as well. 6-0 in the division as well. We're both there. I got the Vikings also missing the playoffs. 8-8, 3-3 in the division. The Detroit Lions in third, 5-11, 1-5 in the division, and then the Fighting Mitchell Trubisky's. They're going to start like 0-11, I think, and then they might go to Nick Foles. So 3-13, 2-4 in the division.
Foles will be week 5.
Yeah, and if he starts week 5, I got a little more confidence. But this is just based off of the fact that Mitchell Trubisky is their starter right now. Jeremy, which division is next?
NFC South.
Wow, one of the best divisions in football.
Absolutely. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Saints and the Falcons all in this division. Jesse does not believe in the Falcons like I do. I have them going 10-6. Got the Saints going 13-3. I feel like a lot of people are picking the Saints to go very far this year, as people always do. Now, this division could be a toss-up because there are going to be a bunch of games where, the Panthers are not that bad, and each of these teams have to play the Panthers twice this year. It's going to be really tough to get past those Fighting Christian McCaffreys. And don't forget about Tom Brady and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because nobody circles the wagon like the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
I think that's the Bills, Jeremy.
Anyway, this is what I got for the division. The Fighting Matt Ryans are in there as well. It's going to be exciting.
Why are they all the fighting quarterbacks except for Christian McCaffrey?
Let's go with.
Why aren't they the fighting Teddy Bridgewaters?
They could be the Fighting Teddies too.
The fighting Teddies does not sound very intimidating. Not gonna lie.
Now we put it on the poll. Does the Fighting Teddies sound intimidating?
Jeremy, the
Yes.
Saints will go 13-3.
Wow,
6-0
we
in
have
the
an
division.
agreement. We are agreeing upon.
And the Bucks will finish second. Similar record to what you were saying. 11-5, 4-2 in the division. Then the
11-5 for the Bucks.
Yes, 11-5. Third will be the Carolina Panthers, 7-9, 1-5 in the division. And then in last place, because I do not believe in Matt Ryan and Dan Quinn, 5-11 and 1-5 in the division. Jeremy, what is the next division we are going to?
We are going to the NFC least.
Yeah, they're the least in my picks, so go for you first.
9-7. Eagles. And then 9
Fly,
and
Eagles, fly.
Mallory. Actually, no. Mallory. All right,
like the kid in Angels in the Outfield.
Friend of the show, Avante Maddox on the Eagles.
Correct. Friend of the show.
Why hasn't he come on yet?
I
We're
don't
working
know.
on it. Cowboys 9-7, missing the playoffs with the Fighting Dak Prescotts.
Mike McCarthy probably getting fired.
Yeah. Now the G-Men are going 5-11, 3-3 in the division. Not too bad. And Daniel Jones takes a little step up this year, you know? It'll be exciting to see how Daniel Jones plays. Now,
Hey, Dimes, how about that?
football team, the Fighting Alex Smiths are coming for you, Jesse. They're going to go 3-13. One of those 3 wins coming into the division against the Cowboys because they always beat the Cowboys at one point or another in the season.
Jeremy, yet again, me and you on kind of the same page here. The Philadelphia Eagles will finish 500, 8-8, but they will go 6-0 in the division, so 2-6 outside of the division, and snag that division title. Then the Cowboys 8-8, they will go 3-3 in the division. Then we have the Giants at 5-11, 1-5 in the division, and then my sad Washington football team and all their scandal will be 4-12 and 2-4 in their division. Jeremy, NFC West.
You read my mind, Jesse. The NFC West. What a division this is going to be this season. The Seahawks are going 13-3 with the Niners right behind them going 10-6. Cardinals almost making the playoffs. They're going to be on the cusp this year. Whether they're going to make the playoffs or not will just decide those different games within the conference and division and everything like that. It'll be interesting to see if the Cardinals can make the playoffs with the fighting DeAndre Hopkins that they are. And then, unfortunately, Max's Rams, unfortunately, go 7-9, 1-5 in the division. You know, having to face those teams in this division is going to be tough for the fighting Max Bechtolds.
Jeremy,
Jesse.
I am kind of on the same page as you. However, I have the fighting Kyler Murray's in second place here. We've got the Seahawks first, 14-2 and 4-2 in the division. Mallory, don't you like that pick?
Yeah.
Then we have the Arizona Cardinals 10-6, second place, making the playoffs as the 6th seed, 3-3 in the division. Then the San Francisco 49ers will have a little bit of that Super Bowl hangover of being the team that lost in the Super Bowl. However, they're going to go 9-7. They're going to sneak into that final playoff spot that's new this year, 2-4 in the division. And then the fighting Max Bechtolds 7-9, 3-3. Sorry, Sean McVay. Sorry, Jared Goff. Sorry, Los Angeles Rams. You will not have a good first season in SoFi. Jeremy, let's go to the AFC.
The North, and it is going to shake up how you would expect with the Ravens up top. And then the Steelers having a nice comeback here with Big Ben here back at quarterback position. Each of them losing to each other once. It's going to be interesting to see. And then the Browns. 7-9, just a typical Brown season. Nice little Brown season in there. Then we got the Bengals with the fighting Joe Burrows. Jesse thinks he's really good. I don't think he's that good. He's going to be a bust.
It's your worst take.
What?
It's your worst take.
He hasn't proven anything yet.
Okay, he's only had the greatest college football season of all time, but it's okay. All right, my turn. I have the Ravens at 14-2. Then the Browns finishing second. They'll make the playoffs 9-7, 2-4. I'm not sold on old man Big Ben. Too many injuries throughout his career. 7-9, 3-3. I don't see him starting all 16 games.
But that defense is sick. And
They
just picked up Josh Dobbs as their first string.
Yeah, but I'm sad because they got rid of Devlin Duck Hodges. So Duck is gone. It's unfortunate. And then I have the Bengals at 6-10, 2-4. They're going to take a step up with Joe Burrow at quarterback.
But Mason Rudolph is apparently dating Hannah Ann.
No, apparently Josh Dobbs is dating Hannah Ann now.
What?
Yes. Yeah. Which is making that locker room real awkward. Mallory, what do you think about the AFC North?
I think it's an interesting division. Should be a real competitive one this year. But I'm most excited about, what's coming next.
Jeremy, the AFC East.
All right, we're jumping around. Okay. The AFC East. Wow, Jeremy has the Dolphins going 8-8, making the playoffs. Incredible scenes, Mallory. Can you believe it that Tua is going to come in and he's going to start at some point in this season and just take the team on a roll? Colin Cowherd has this team playing really well this year as well. So I'm going with Colin on that too.
Colin's picks are always terrible. Jeremy trusts Colin Cowherd's picks over the actual players' picks.
I've never trusted Colin Cowherd in my life. I'll tell you that.
Jeremy, all he does is go. He studies up on this, man.
He has people that help him.
At least, unlike a certain show that precedes him and their old Cowboys fan host, at least Colin has a segment called Where Colin Was Right and Where Colin Was Wrong. So he keeps himself in check versus Skip Bayless that's just like, I'm just going to pick the Cowboys again next week. I'm going to be right this time.
Anyway, Patriots having a terrible year.
What about Cam Newton?
Jeremy, what about the Jets?
Gase is going to be fired after week 5 or something? I don't know.
All right, Jeremy. We are pretty close to each other. I've got the Bills at 12-4, 6-0. I actually have the Patriots missing the playoffs as well, 7-9, 3-3. Dolphins 5-11, 2-4. I'm sorry. And the Jets 3-13, 1-5. I don't believe in Sam Darnold. I don't think he'll be the quarterback after this year. I've never believed in him. Even in college, I thought he was pretty average. He beat up that sieve of a defense under Todd Graham in 2017 that ASU had. But other than that, he threw a lot of interceptions. Mallory, what do you think about the AFC East?
I think that the Dolphins will win the AFC East. Tua is going to put this team on his back and carry them.
After Fitzpatrick starts the first couple of weeks.
And then the Dolphins are winning the Super Bowl.
Yes, Mallory, yes. My favorite division in football, Jesse, this year is the AFC South. It's going to be fun. That Thursday night game between the Titans and the Colts is going to be something we will never forget.
Well, Phillip Rivers or Ryan Tannehill will be down by 4 with the ball inside the 20 with about 58 seconds on the clock.
It's going to be exciting.
The AFC South with no fans is going to be brutal.
It's just going to be the same as usual. Unfortunately, we're not going to get the Thursday night game between the Titans and the Jaguars this year.
Well, are you going to talk about your picks? Or 9-7 for the Texans, really?
What, you don't think the Texans are good?
I think they're going to be 10-6. 6-0 in the division.
6-0 in the division?
Yeah.
The fighting Ryan Tannehills are coming for you.
Well, they're still winning the division in my division. They're going 11-5, but they're just losing 3 divisional games.
Notice that we don't have any ties.
No ties. It's hard to predict a tie.
I think that definitely your team is going to have a tie this year.
Wouldn't surprise me. All right. Is that I'll go through mine. Titans, Texans.
Phillip Rivers, of course, goes 8-8 and misses out on the playoffs by one game.
Yeah, he's going to be doing that until he's 45. I got Titans, Texans, Colts, and Jags. Jags are 1-15, worst team in football. Sorry, Gardner Minshew, but he might actually play pretty well. But they have nobody else on that team. They're trading everybody away.
They're tanking for Trevor.
For Trevor, yes, 100%. All right, Jeremy. Last division might have the best team in the league. The defending champions.
Chiefs, 13-3. The Raiders are going to be pretty good this year. Don't be surprised if they don't sneak in to that last playoff spot as well. And I really like the Broncos this year. They could flip-flop with the Raiders here. I don't know. We're going to have to see how this division shakes out. And, of course,
really like the Broncos. How do you have them 6-10?
I think that they could – I think that they could prove me wrong a lot. It just depends on the development of Drew Lock.
Why Drew Horse? Because he plays for the Broncos?
The Chargers at 2-14 because the Chargers are good to Charger this year.
Can we talk about Jeremy's joke just now that was really bad? Mallory, did you hear it? He called the quarterback for the Broncos Drew Horse. Okay, all right. Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders, Chargers. Chiefs will go 15-1. And then I will not go through my entire playoff matchups, but the Chiefs will beat the Seahawks in the Super Bowl.
Wow. Seahawks.
Yeah, Seahawks.
All righty now.
What's next, Jesse?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Wow.
Mallory, you're first.
I'm going to go with the referees.
Wait, you actually had one first? Wow, okay, keep going.
You need to be unprepared, huh?
I mean, you normally are just –
You had all show to prepare something.
That's the gag. That's the gag. The gag is that I go to you first and you have
Yeah,
nothing. But,
who still uses that?
I mean, people in radio. But Mallory, keep going.
Radio gag.
Yeah, it's a radio gag.
The referees in Game 4 of the Heat versus Bucks.
Game 4.
Jimmy Butler should have gone to the free throw line at the end of the game. The Heat would have won. There would have been no overtime. The series would be over.
As Jimmy and Bam and Duncan have all said, we deserve to lose that game. We did not play Miami Heat basketball, and we'll just have to prove tomorrow that we deserve to be in the spot that we are.
Yeah, but for Mallory, it's the ref's fault.
High five, Jeremy.
But Mallory, you said it's the ref's fault, right? So blame the refs, right?
Yeah, I'm not. I think that the boys played fine. I think it was the referee's fault.
Okay.
What are we doing?
Jeremy, what are we doing?
The Marlins closer for blowing 2 saves in a row.
Do you know his name?
Kinsler.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've heard of him.
Yeah, he blew 2 saves in a row this week. Not great.
Wait, are we talking pop? Are we talking pop music now?
Just in just a second. But Jeremy, don't you have another what are we doing that's a little bit better?
What's my other what are we doing, Jesse?
It involves a certain draft on Wednesday.
Oh my God. This kid, he can't say no to people, Mallory. Do you understand how annoying he's been lately?
Yeah.
He added more teams to our fantasy football league. We now have 7. As of right now, we have 17 people in our league. We need one more. Do you understand? Do you understand how in the second round, if I pick first, in the second round, my second pick is going to be a backup wide receiver?
I mean, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be competitive. We're gonna.
No, he can't talk right now. No, stop it. Stop.
Do we even know? Like, where are you getting these people from?
They're all my friends.
Oh yeah, you have tons of friends.
I do.
Dude, all of these people that he's talked to in passing, and he's gone, hey, yeah, I have a great fantasy football league. And they're like, well, I want to join. And he's like, yeah, next year. And now they're all coming out. And they're like, Jesse, when's your fantasy football league? He's like, I can't say no.
Mallory, let me list off all my friends that are in this league.
All these people that he sees in passing. It's like all, like, he's talked to them like 2 or 3 times.
No, some of these people are good friends that you guys just don't know.
Jesse, all you do is talk to me all day. When do you ever talk to these people?
It's called people that that I hang out with on campus.
Wait, you're hanging out with people on campus? Watch out.
Oh, this was like 2 years ago.
Oh, you might get COVID.
And one guy that I've not even met other than on Twitter. So me, Mallory, you, Travis, Nick White, Brendan O'Keefe, the one that I've only met on
When
Twitter.
was the last time you talked to Nick White besides talking about this fantasy football league?
Talking about this fantasy football league. It's been a while, but I'm hoping to have him on the show soon. Nathan Hyatt, my friend Nate, Evan, my friend Rhodes, he's in the league. Jake Santo, my friend Corey, Alex Coyle, Evan Masters, Max, Connor Van Ligton, Evan's friend Connor, Matt Kling, my dad, and then we've got one more open spot.
I love that your dad's in the league. He's gonna kill us all in fantasy football.
Isn't my mom gonna be in the league too?
We've been talking about it. Like she hasn't made a final decision. She's
We're supposed to make a grand reveal.
What'd you say?
Mallory just ruined it. We were supposed to make a grand reveal about.
I mean,
Stacey.
not really. She said only if you absolutely need me.
Yeah, she doesn't really like fantasy football.
I think.
All right, so yeah, that's Jeremy's. What are we doing that I suggested for him?
By the way, Sounders did lose yesterday to the Portland Timbers, but
All right, that's enough soccer talk. My what are we doing is Twitter, and somebody on Twitter, I don't know who they are, but they did these comparisons and it was absolutely terrible. One of which was Ariana Grande and Selena Gomez, which is ridiculous. If you're going to do anything, it's Ariana Grande and Demi, but Demi was faced off against Miley Cyrus, who, how can you even compare those voices? It's insane. It's impossible. I can't believe it. It's ridiculous. And then the worst of them all is Fergie against Pink.
one of the best pop bands of all time.
The Black Eyed Peas are a rap group.
Yeah, pop rap. It's in the middle of that.
Fergie can't sing. Pink can sing.
I gotta-
What?
What's wrong with Fergie though?
She just is not in the same conversation as Pink.
Mallory, put it on the poll. Is Fergie in the conversation?
With Pink.
No, just put her. Just say, is she in the conversation?
Mallory, all you got to do is skip to the. I can't hear it. You have to turn the volume up, Mallory. You're muted.
At the twilight's last gleaming, what strikes and bright stars through the perilous fight.
LeBron's like trying to not laugh.
Chance the rest.
He's the first one to own his place. This is the worst part.
We can do that too.
Draymond's got the.
I still think she kills it. She killed it till this day. She still thinks she killed it to this
Let's
day.
play some basketball.
All right.
All right. Well, I actually had I had one more. What are we doing?
What? But why wouldn't I like the Black Eyed Peas?
Jeremy, it's not got nothing to do with the Black Eyed Peas.
Look at how close I was. Look. Ugh.
Jeremy's having some issues. He's just a black screen now. But Malik, I had another one. Gender reveal parties. Gender reveal parties apparently started a massive wildfire in California. Can people just say they're having a boy or a girl? That's all I'm saying. You don't need to explode something.
Why not?
I think it's fun.
Yeah, but what if it makes thousands of people evacuate? Especially in California. This time of year, California is on fire every year. Every year it's the same thing. California is on fire. We don't need California to be on fire more. We need less of that. So less gender reveal parties. This is the second time it's happened too, unless I'm wrong. Second time it's happened. Stop blowing things up to say.
Why aren't people just popping the balloons with the colors?
That works too. That works. That's fine. Do that. But
what happened?
They used explosives and it set everything on fire because California doesn't rain right now. I mean, it happens every year. They don't need that. No more gender reveal parties that explode things. If you're gonna do it, which I think is stupid, you can just announce it on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, TikTok. You don't need to explode something. I'm sorry. It's just that's all I gotta say.
Okay.
Mallory, did LeBron do the thing yesterday?
LeBron did the thing.
He reminded everybody that he was the best player in the world still.
Oh yeah, 100%. We've been new.
And Rondo also made his name known as Playoff Rondo again yesterday, so that was interesting. Jeremy, do you have any thoughts on the Lakers versus Rockets and Westbrook and everything that happened in that game?
People have been saying that an open bar should have come with the Westbrook experience. All the Houston fans have been saying
Johnson with that tweet.
Yeah.
Good guy, Chance Johnson, working in Green Bay, covering the Packers, the NFC North Division champion 2020 Packers. Am I right, Jeremy?
How about them Packers?
Yeah. But I think the Lakers got this one in 5.
Go Pack, go, go
Pack, go,
go,
go Pack.
Okay, so now that they're both muted, go Dolphins, go Seahawks. This is going to be a fun NFL season. But next, we're going to be talking more about the Heat versus Bucks. Jeremy, what is going on?
Hold on. You've got no opinions on Lakers versus Rockets? I think they're winning in 5.
Yeah, I think the Rockets take one more game. Lakers in 6. That's my opinion. LeBron did the thing. He did his thing. Playoff LeBron. He's going to be back in the finals this year versus the Miami Heat. It's going to be so interesting. I wish I could attend the games. It would have been so fun to go. But, if anyone watching has some connects to the bubble, let me in. I'll mop the floor. I'll do anything. Let me in the bubble. Anyway, Miami Heat, Jeremy.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier, and I just think the Heat need to find their brand of basketball again. Doesn't matter if Giannis is playing or not. Play the way that you've been playing all year.
And what is that brand? Is it a specific word, Jeremy?
I think it's
the culture? Is it the culture?
Culture.
Oh, Jesse, what do you know about the Heat culture?
I never really heard of it before I met y'all, so it doesn't really exist outside of me.
It's funny because JJ Redick
talks
every time JJ Redick has someone on his podcast from the Miami Heat, he talks about the Heat culture. So
it's a
that
thing.
guy, yeah.
Jesse just is not a basketball expert like we thought.
I'm a basketball historian. I don't know what you're talking about.
Well,
and you know how I know that I'm a basketball historian?
JJ Redick.
You know, I know that I'm a basketball historian. I know that I'm a basketball historian because I know that the Miami Heat are just another historically good team, but they're not a historically great team. They have 3 championships. They had some good years in the 90s. You know, but like other
They're
than
just
that,
getting started though. Like they just became a franchise.
I don't know. I think the Big Three era was a big letdown. I mean, LeBron and D Wade and Chris Bosh were up there.
Okay. Anyway,
Not
Jim,
2, not 3, not 4, not 5.
It's 2 more than the Wizards have in this century.
But
Anyway, what I was trying to say is, so I'm trying to help you out with your Bill Russell stuff. I was listening to JJ Redick, who had Chris Bosh on today. Really good listen if you guys want to go listen to the man in the 3.
old man in the 3, get it right.
Old man in the 3. No, but he had Chris Bosh on today, and they were talking about, the Jordan versus LeBron debate, and they're, like, I don't understand why people always debate it. They're not comparable. You can't compare them, which I always say you can't compare LeBron and Jordan. They're 2 totally different players. But they're talking about Jordan, like, best competitor of all time. Bill Russell's the best winner of all time. He did all this winning also while
they're great for different things. I get what you're saying. You can't compare them against each other because their greatness is because
right.
of things.
But
Also, all 3 of them played at a different position. Bill Russell was a
Right.
center.
in the
LeBron
different
was a forward.
times. They all played during
Different
different times of the NBA. as well.
Exactly. But when you talk about Bill Russell, you talk about everything he had to go through with everything that he, endured during the 50s and 60s. You know what I mean?
I know what you
Being
mean.
a black, tall basketball player, like, that was really rough on him.
Yeah. But
Winning 11 championships is amazing, especially when he was a player coach as well. Amazing basketball player, Bill Russell. I don't know why that's the only back.
He beat Wilt Chamberlain, who was, Wilt Chamberlain was much more talented than Bill Russell at basketball. Wilt Chamberlain was the defensive player that Bill Russell was, but he wasn't the offensive. I mean, he was more of the offensive player than Bill Russell. What I wanted to talk about with this Miami Heat game is how in the world did Giannis not come back in that game? How did he not get through the trainers and come back in the game? Back in Jordan's day, back in Bill Russell's day, he would have said, tape the damn thing up and would have got back in there. Trainers have too much power these days. Stop telling these star players what to do. I'm tired of it. If they want to play, let them in. What happened to toughness and grit? Mallory,
What?
did you hear my rant just now?
No, I wasn't paying attention. I got it for an email.
Jeremy, did you hear my rant just now?
Yes, I did. I heard it. And here's what I want to say about that. Scottie Pippen wouldn't have come back in.
No, he did. He would have. Scottie Pippen would have gone back to the locker room 5 times during the game.
No, because Scottie Pippen didn't come back in that one game that he got hurt.
No. Oh, that was that one game. But in the finals, game 6, that last finals, Scottie was toast. So, but he would go back in the locker room periodically, get treatment, come back out, come into the game, because that's how it worked back then. You didn't tell these guys, oh no, you can't plant, so you can't come back in. Tape him up, get him back in there. He's Giannis. Feed him in the post. He can still post.
Give
up.
him some horse tranquilizer.
Yeah.
Horse tranquilizer.
Yeah. Toughness, grit.
Do you expect him to play tomorrow?
Yes, 100%. And if he doesn't, then the trainers need to be fired.
Mallory, do you expect him to play tomorrow?
Giannis? Honestly, it's 50-50. I think there's the whole thing, the Bucks play better without him, but I think it was also just the momentum of what are you laughing at, Jeremy?
No, actually I'm laughing at both things, but it's just I hate that take. The Bucks are better without Giannis. They must be better without Giannis.
I think that they're playing for him yesterday, and that's why, but I don't think they can play a full game without it like that.
Giannis has had the worst plus minus in this series.
He had 18 points before he got hurt. Let's chill.
He's played the worst defense on, like, the Heat are literally rooting for him to be on the floor because he helps the Heat literally spread out the floor. Like, he's has not been good on defense this series. Defensive player of the year, though. Amazing. Great player.
I have to see that. I don't know. I have to see them. I have to see Giannis play tomorrow. If he doesn't play, then I what happened to toughness? What happened to grit?
Giannis this series. Let's see.
Jordan would have played.
Yeah, Jordan would have played. You know what? R.I.P. Kobe. Kobe would have played. What happened to the Mamba mentality?
Giannis, game 3, -13, worst on the Bucks. Giannis, Game 2. -7, worst on the Bucks. Giannis, Game 1. -14, worst on the Bucks. Just saying.
Does anybody want to talk about NHL?
The Lightning looked really good. The Lightning are really good. Like, I think they're actually going to do it this year.
Yeah.
Mallory, do you think they'll actually do it this year, or are we going to?
Lightning? The Lightning may actually do it this year. I'm really hoping for a Lightning Vegas finals. I think that would be so fun.
Stars look good. The Stars look really good.
Stars surprised me in the last series. I thought Colorado was taking it all this year.
Well, yeah, because everybody on your timeline are Colorado fans, and they were
That's
really
true.
excited.
Cronkite loves Colorado, but we've talked about that enough. But just wait for playoff Riley, Go Knights,
It's gonna
go.
be exciting to see who comes out of the West. I think we kind of I think this is where it ends for the Islanders. Unfortunately for them, they've made an incredible run, but I think this is where it comes to an end. It's
Salute
just
to the Islanders.
It's just way too much offensive power for the Lightning. Like 7 goals,
8.
incredible. 8. They had 8 goals. They put up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
Mallory, put it on the poll. Did the Lightning put up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion?
They did. They put up 8 points. I just put it on the poll. Are the Lightning going to do it this year?
No, just say, are they going to do it this year? That poll's stupid.
Put yes, and then put we know this isn't the outcome that you wanted as the other option.
Definitely that fits in the – Mallory, do what you want. Don't listen to your
I'm
poll.
going to do whatever I feel fits.
I have 3 little tidbits about sports that we didn't mention. Serena Williams today, she won. And that was cool.
Sloane Stephens lost the other day, unfortunately.
Sloane Stephens lost the other day. Sloane Stephens continues to be the biggest disappointment in American
She's like
tennis.
17 years old.
Jeremy, she's 26 now. She's been young. She's been the next great women's tennis star for the United States.
When did she become 26?
Like last year, she's like 26 or 27. She's been the next great
How old is
tennis
Naomi
star for
Osaka?
10 years.
How old is Naomi? How old is
Like
Osaka?
22. Osaka's like
Sloane
20.
Stephens is 27.
I told you, she's like the next great tennis star for years. And I'm tired of it. Sloane Stephens, enjoy your one Grand Slam. I thought she was going to get 5 or 6 at least. But yeah, Serena won in 3 sets. It was a tough match, especially that second set, but she was able to get it done. And then we had Dustin Johnson winning a bunch of money in the Tour Championship. Get it done in the major. Get it done in the U.S. Open or the Masters this year, and then I'll give you some credibility. And then Kevin Harvick, he got lucky yesterday in the first race of the NASCAR playoffs at Darlington.
I got Hamlin next week, and then after that, I got Keselowski.
Austin Dillon was chasing him down, and he swung out a little bit.
Don't worry, Hamlin will win next week, and then the week after, Keselowski will win, and then we'll go back to Harvick. And
Hold on. William Byron is coming. He's his 3rd straight top 5 finish. Also, this was Chase Elliott's best track, usually, and so he was in the lead. Truex came to pass him. This was about 15 laps left. Truex wasn't clear and tried to pass him, and they both wrecked out. Harvick got lucky. He didn't have the best car for once. This is his only track that is not a cookie cutter that he can win at. Otherwise, all of his tracks that he wins at, like I don't trust him actually at Richmond because Richmond's going to be Hamlin's win because that's Richmond. That's his
It's going to be Harvick, Hamlin, and then Keselowski.
But no. I actually think that somebody other than Harvick, Hamlin, or Keselowski will win this playoffs. I just have a feeling that it's going to get wild. But yeah, that'll do it for the show portion of the show.
Can I talk soccer for like a minute? Like a minute?
Yeah, I'm going to use the bathroom, and you can do that.
Okay, so no, because I want to hear your reaction.
Okay, I'll hold it.
Okay. A bunch of PSG players, including Mbappe, tested positive for the coronavirus.
Okay.
So that's news. They start training coming up here pretty soon.
Okay.
Thomas Rodriguez to Everton. They also signed
Okay.
Alan. That team's going to be pretty good. That's going to be a team to watch in the Premier League this year. And then we can talk about Blaise Matuidi making his MLS debut as he played for Inter Miami the other day. He played pretty well, had a couple opportunities to score. Really is a defensive midfielder, but played up a lot of the time as well. I liked the way he was going around he showed his class on the pitch the other day, and I really enjoyed that. They need a striker. They need someone to score. 0-0 draw, not going to do it in the MLS. Jesse.
The MLS.
Lots of polls to go over. Let's start from the show from Friday. Does LeBron feed off the crowd? 57% yes. Do you eat macaroni and cheese with a fork or a spoon? 76% fork. Is macaroni and cheese Italian food? 92% no. There you go.
Hey, there's a place called the Romano's Macaroni Grill. It's an Italian restaurant. Terrible
It's
taste.
not there's probably macaroni and cheese
It
on
wasn't
the
originated in Italy.
But they
Neither was
probably
fettuccine
macaroni-
Alfredo.
Yes, it was. It was originated in
No, it wasn't.
Milan.
Jeremy, I took a class on the Italian
I
diet.
just read the other day that it was originated in Milan.
I don't believe it because my Italian professor told me that it's not Italian. White sauce doesn't exist.
Milan, like part of Italy?
Yes, but I believe my professor, who's actually Italian, over Jeremy in some article. Keep going now.
Fettuccine
They're
Alfredo
actually
was
Italian.
invented. Jesse, Google says fettuccine Alfredo was invented in Rome.
I don't believe it. Mallory, next.
Would you call Deion Waiters perfectly good? 73% no.
Yeah.
It's bad if you sleep longer than 8 hours per night. 89% no.
Okay, Jesse, I can concede. Macaroni and cheese was indeed invented in South Italy.
It's Italian.
Clemson this or Clemson that? 67% Clemson that. Did Brady
Wow.
White play against Newt Rockne and Notre Dame his freshman year? 50-50. Never happened before.
Newt Rockne
No.
coached in 1941. Brady White was running the wing tee back then.
We are 57% Marshall. I voted tired and want to sleep.
Yeah, Jeremy was not enthused on Saturday to wake up for Marshall. Eastern
When Jesse woke
Kentucky.
me up, I put that poll on the poll.
I thought Jeremy would be up and pumped for game day.
Was not pumped.
Jeremy, get up for game day. What are you doing?
No way. Dude, I went to bed at like 3
Jeremy,
a.m.
we had Coach Corso from his home. He had a floaty in his pool with a Kirk Herbstreit cutout riding on it.
Is sleep overrated? 69% no.
Nice.
Is Jesse always using TV remotes? 63% yes.
Yeah.
More relevant, hashtag Bieber in 2020, 56% Shane. Should Jeremy choose a team? 29% yes, 29% no, 43% we. Okay. Was Novak Djokovic, Djokovic walking out of the U.S. Open, the definition of the walk of shame? 67% yes. Do fighting Teddies sound intimidating? 50-50. Never happened before.
Wow, never happened before. All right, that'll do it for this edition.
Oh, there's a few
There's
more.
more? Okay, keep going. I'm sorry. I always wrap up too soon.
Did the Lightning put up a touchdown and a 2-point conversion? 100% yes. Are the Lightning finally going to do it this year? 0% yes, 50% no, and 50% not outcome we expected. I wish Jeremy was in Frozen because he would laugh at that, but
He's frozen. All right, that'll do it for this edition of the Why So Serious show. Follow us on Twitter at the letter Y and then So Serious show, and we will see you tomorrow night.
good night,
Good night,
Canada.
Canada. Jeremy would have said good night, Canada, but he's frozen.
He did it for him.